Yeah, dude, I got bigger hands than fucking Kenny Pickett, dude, by like an inch, dude. He has tiny hands.
Thank you for listening to Shy Sox Talk, your weekly fix of White Sox baseball. Now kick back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode.
Christian.
On that note, hello and welcome to episode 12 of Shy Sox Talk. My name is Chris. As always, I'm here with Matt. How you doing?
Doing great. As good as I can be. You know, being a baseball fan, I don't think anyone's feeling great. But other than that, the workday's over, so that's good.
That's good. Sorry for the delay, everybody. It was on your boy this time. We're settled though. We're settled in that central time lifestyle again, if you know what I mean. So, we got a bunch of questions on Instagram between the episodes, and we'll save them for another day because there's really only one that figured we could probably kick off our whole show with, and it comes from he wants to be referred as the Sox fan. What are your thoughts on the lockout? And Matt, go ahead and give everybody a hint on what we're talking about today. So let's let it rip.
My thoughts on the lockout. I'm gonna try and maybe not expose my power level to the world here. But I think it's just destructive to the game of baseball, what's happening right now. And regardless of whose side you're taking in this argument or negotiation, it doesn't seem like much of a negotiation, frankly. It's just bad for baseball. And it's really bad for the White Sox. Okay, because this team is primed for World Series contention over the next couple of years. And like I would imagine a shortened season is an advantage to the better teams. But I mean, we all saw how the shortened season affected teams during that shortened COVID season. So it's just not the same. Anything can happen. And, the window, we're in it, right? The White Sox are in the window right now. And it's only for a couple of years that they have these guys on great contracts. So this lockout is like a bullet to the gut, like shotgun blast, entrails smearing across the floor, like where it's horrible what's happening.
I couldn't agree more, man. I mean, I think, yeah, same kind of thing. Like I know we both talked. We're both on the player side. But like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Everybody took the entire month of December off and into January, and now we're shocked there's not a deal. And the whole little propaganda train that MLB Network had going on the other night, like, make no mistakes, baseball fans. MLB Network, it is the MLB. And they were using their Bob Nightingale tweets as pressure on the players to get a deal done. And Max Scherzer said it. He said they felt pressure to get into a deal, and that's why they ultimately turned it down. Unanimously, the Players Association turned down MLB's best offer, and that is a brutal sign.
Yeah, I mean, just you have the league revenues have continued to increase. The owners keep making more and more money every year, and the average, there's players who are getting huge contracts, right? Like Max Scherzer and Albert Pujols and Bryce Harper. Those guys. That's like 5 guys in the whole league that have huge giant contracts. Most of the players in the league are like filler guys. Guys who have a cup of coffee, and I think the players are doing a good job of looking out for those guys more than anything. But the player's average salary has been dropping over the past 10 years when revenues are going up, and that just doesn't make any sense. Even just like from a logical standpoint, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and to put it into perspective, anybody who's like, oh, the owners, the Pittsburgh Pirates brought in $275 million, and they spent $30 million on their roster. Like, and they didn't even try to win. It's insane.
And the White Sox didn't try and win for the past 5 years. They've been in this and the money's going to be spent. Oh, here comes Bryce Harper, and here comes Machado, and the money didn't get spent. The money still hasn't been spent. So,
Yes. Biggest contract in White Sox history, $80 million. We haven't even broken the 100 million mark. And also, how much do you think Tim Anderson makes a year?
Seriously,
4.1.
they have like some of the best players in the league in their positions on deep discounts because Rick Hahn's, kind of rolled the dice, but he's a genius in that regard because he's got Mikata locked up for way cheaper than he should be getting paid. He's got, even after last season's Lewis Robert contract, is probably the best bargain contract. Tim Anderson's on an amazing contract, might be the best value in the league, because he got these guys, they signed those early extensions.
And again, do you know how much Wander Franco's worth? I would say Luis Robert and Wander Franco are real close in the young value player department. The White Sox gave Luis like $40 million, something like that, right? The Rays dropped $250 million on Wander Franco after half a season. The money's there for the owners to spend, and this lockout was avoidable. Players said they wanted to play, and they negotiate in good faith. And now we don't have baseball, and we have a World Series team finally.
I mean, I really think ultimately the owners, they don't want to have games in April. I think that's their end goal. Like, I think the reason not like extending the playoffs is twofold. They want that extra money and I don't disagree with extending the playoffs, but they want the extra money, but they also maybe say, hey, there's so much more playoffs. Let's maybe shorten the season by a couple games. Because they barely make any money in April because it's at least teams that are outside and in the normal parts of the country.
Chicago, New York.
The normal, blue collar, lunch pail and hard hat parts of the country. It's cold.
It's not warm. It feels, I was born in 1994, and so obviously I don't remember the strike because I was an infant, but I remember growing up watching baseball and people being like, the sport is just recovering. And my fear is there's a huge wave. I saw a graph, and most of the MLB viewership is 12 to 25 years old, and they'll go find a different sport to watch, Rob. Have you seen TikTok? They keep somebody's attention for hours.
They will watch something else and they won't come back because they'll find something better to watch.
Do you think there's going to be a resolution?
I honestly, right now, in my back of my head, my brain tells me there's going to be no baseball this year. Like, they're going to the whole year is going to be gone.
They're going to screw it up.
I mean, they're supposed to talk today, right?
I was actually trying to Google that CBA negotiation, see if I can spell negotiation. It's hard. It's hard to spell on fucking live camera.
It's hard to spell in general at any point in life.
No updates, nothing on Jeff Passan or anybody really. But as a baseball fan, it sucks. It sucks. It's a brutal situation. And now players are apparently going to doctors saying, how can we use steroids? Because they stopped testing. So we're going to get steroid era 2.0 and have Barry Bonds, like another Barry Bonds type of player, get left out. Like,
I mean,
himself in the foot.
I'm sure plenty of them are already juicing. So hopefully we see some real gorilla freaks out there. You know what I mean?
It's like cartoon characters.
Yeah, like, I don't mind that act, to be honest. I think it's kind of a Puritan type of like old American moral values. Don't do steroids. When I think if you're a professional athlete, why the hell not?
Why not? It's not like they're hitting each other. No news. Yeah. They are meeting though, but it's an informal one-on-one meeting between MLB's Dan Helm and the MLBPA Bruce Meyer. So not a miracle happened today, everybody. I can tell you that right now. These two aren't going to get the deal done without any representation there. So the 19% that voted on our story poll.
The 19%?
I love your faith, but sorry. There's no miracle.
That was a Bernie Sanders impression. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's baseball. Since that's out of the way, let's do some White Sox trivia. Let's have a little bit of fun here on this episode because
yeah, I have nothing prepared. So
hey, you know what? We're about to test.
You want to rip some questions off? We'll see if the old melon's fired up here.
Okay, here we go. Who leads the White Sox in all-time wins?
Man, it's got to be like some guy I've never heard of from like 1953.
You're in the right era, actually.
Lions? Is that a guy?
Ted Lyons, yeah. We all know Frank Thomas is leading the White Sox in career home runs, but who is number 2 on the list?
What is it? Just like only home runs on the White Sox, or like
only in White Sox uniforms? They were wearing a White Sox jersey.
Is Paul Konerko, right? It's got to be Paul Konerko.
It is Paul Konerko. 2 for 2. Best batting average all time, Chicago White Sox.
Is it Frank Thomas? It is. Is it a real old guy?
Real old guy. Frank Thomas is actually tied for 10th.
It's a real old guy. Is it Louis Aparicio?
No, I'll give you a hint though. Been to a World Series, didn't win the World Series.
Been to the World Series, didn't win the World Series
with the White Sox.
This is an old guy.
Old guy.
So like, when did they go? And like, when did they? Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah, Black Sox. Ooh. See
I'm
here.
killing it right now. I'm killing it.
White Sox slugging percentage. Obviously, Frank Thomas would lead that category, but who would be number 2? White Sox slugging percentage in New Jersey.
Albert Pujols, or I mean, Albert Bell. I mean Albert Bell.
Maybe this year. Who knows, man? Sign and trade Albert Pujols.
Tony's got to get his guy.
It is not Albert Bell. It's actually Jim Thome.
Ah, not surprising.
Here we go. Most games played for the Chicago White Sox.
Most games played for the Chicago White Sox. I'm going to go with Minnie Minoso.
He is not on the list.
Okay.
He's not on the top 10 list. He played in like a bunch of random decades, though. He didn't play like full seasons. You know what I mean?
Let's go with, all right, who is the White Sox all-time games played leader? Wow, that is tough. Is it Paul Konerko?
He's number 2. He's close second. Luke Appling. 2,422 games played. Neely Fox coming in at number 3. Who's your all-time run scored leader?
Runs scored all time for the Chicago White Sox. I mean, I feel like it could be Frank Thomas.
It is Frank Thomas. Hits leader?
Hits leader. That's a difficult one. Who could be the hits leader for the Chicago White Sox? Tim Raines? No, it's not Tim Raines. It is
not even on the list.
Is it Shoeless Joe Jackson again?
No, he's not in the top 10 either.
I give up.
It's Luke Appling again.
I should read up on. I got to read up on that young man.
He was like 50s, right? Like Ted Loyne's era. Like
I think he's in the 50s.
Ask your dad.
You would know that.
The total bases.
Big Hurt, gotta be.
Number 2 is Big Hurt. Real close. He's 50 bases behind this person.
Is it Luke Appling again?
And it is not. It is somebody who we've guessed that's been second every time.
Oh, Paul Konerko.
Yep.
PK.
Paulie. Believe it or not, hard to ask some of these questions because Frank Thomas leads the White Sox in a lot of.
Believe it or not, one of the greatest hitters in the history of baseball. He owns a lot of the team records somehow.
All right, this is a good one. If you know this one, I'll be wildly impressed. Best average at bat per home run. So, how many at bats it took him to hit a home run as a White Sox player?
Okay. Albert Bell.
It is not. Albert Bell is 9th on the list.
Albert Bell, dude, he was a beast. People forget about him because he was like kind of a total douchebag, but
this is what happens on the podcast, everybody, when there's no baseball.
Yeah, we're getting
a lockout, and we rant and then we guess some names. And
yeah, I couldn't get too far into my political leanings of the owners and what I think should be done with them and people like them.
I think we all have a lot of similar thoughts.
Might have got that lifetime ban from the internet. The Alphabet Boys might come by to have a chat with me.
The Alphabet Boys, the FBI, baby. Any shot? Any guess? Average ABs?
Jose Abreu.
He's 6th. It's Jim Thome. 13 at bats per home run, which is
guy could really wallop the baseball. That guy could smash.
That guy. Quick side note: he should have been a White Sox player, but he plays for Los Angeles. 21% of the time, Mike Trout gets a hit. It's a home run.
Yeah, well, the White Sox drafted Jared Mitchell instead, so I still think that was the right move.
He had a cup of tea. I think he might have only made it to AAA.
I'm pretty sure he never made it to the Major League roster because he kept running into the fence and getting injured. But he played wide receiver at LSU, so that makes him cool, and I stand by my decision to draft him.
Hey, you know what? The Angels didn't even draft Mike Trout first. They drafted a different center fielder, and then they drafted Mike Trout.
Tell you what, we'll take him on the White Sox.
Let's go. Put him in right field. We need a right fielder.
We need a right fielder. Lewis Roberts is better than him, so he gets to stay in center field.
Yeah, he gets to play center. La Pantera, he's prowling out there. He's on the prowl.
Mike Trout playing right field.
Be William Bennett, Luis Robert. That's it. That is it, folks. Actually, I got two more questions. Most wins as a White Sox manager, not all time, as a White Sox manager. Old guy.
Tony La Russa.
No, Jimmy Dykes, Dykes, Tony La Russa won most of his games with the Cardinals.
Yeah, but Tony La Russa, he's an old guy. You threw me off with the old guy.
Yeah, well, he managed from 1934 to 1946. So
Yeah, well, La Russa was like in the 50s, right? Nah.
yeah, well, you could drink and drive back then, I guess. And you know what? One more thing for our viewers who made it through this episode, like we did. What are your thoughts on the trade proposal I saw on Twitter? Andrew Vaughn, Gavin Sheets, and Jared Kelly for Juan Soto.
I don't know where people come up with this stuff, man.
I don't know either. Okay, if you were the one who tweeted that out and you ever see this, reach out to us. I want to know.
We just want to talk to you.
I want to know.
We want to study your brain.
Okay, they hang up at Vaughn. Okay, you don't even finish Andrew Vaughn's name. They hang up.
Yeah, like I don't like. For some reason, fans are always like, we could just trade a bunch of shitty guys we have for a good guy. That's never how trades work, unless you're the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, that's the only time that happens.
And you get D-Hop for
Kenyon some
Drake.
Shitty guys.
There isn't a value meter like it is in the video game where you just stack a bunch of guys with low value to get one dude. It's not how it works.
It's not like Madden and trades, all right? It's not John Madden trading, all right? It is real dudes. And you can't trade, you got to trade good guys to get good guys.
There are parts of fan bases, for whatever reason, are like, they drafted this guy in the first and second round, so he's worth Bryce Harper or Juan Soto or Kyle Tucker or any.
Nope.
No, they're not. Okay, Andrew Vaughn's good, but he might get you Ketel Marte. He's not going to get you the best young player in baseball. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, like the guy's going to be a $300 million player, maybe $400 million player, and hits the ball like 100 miles per hour off the bat every time.
Hey, we got to trade. The only way that happens is if the Nationals GMs and decision makers were like in their office building and they got like, it was on fire and they accidentally knocked over their computer and it clicked yes, and then it accidentally faxed their signatures to the league office on the way out of their office.
Or like if the Mars rover comes back from space and like an interstellar parasite burrows into their brains and takes control of them, and for some reason that interstellar parasite likes the White Sox. So that's it.
Trade Juan Soto for Gavin Sheets.
Yeah,
they're both lefties. It's a balanced lineup. They're both lefties. They both play right field. Okay, I don't think you see Jared Kelly. He's a prospect. He's like 20 years old. We drafted him out of high school.
Yeah, he had a 70 ERA last year, but who cares?
It's the development years. Those are the ones that matter the least. Look at Lucas Giolito.
Because of COVID. He had a high ERA because of COVID.
Jesus. Well, I hope everybody stuck around for this one.
I'm sure not a single person made it this far.
And if you did, thank you.
If you made it to the end, just comment and like I will. I don't know, maybe give you like Starbucks for $5.
Maybe. Oh, we will be back next week. Hopefully, there's like pitchers and catchers reporting or something, because
otherwise we might have to turn this into pick a USFL team and become a USFL podcast.
Pittsburgh Maulers, baby. I'm already on the train.
Mauler up. Let's go.
Mauler up. Let's go, baby. Maulers.
Fangs down.
Fangs down. Here we go. All right. Anybody who watched the AAF? That was sick for the 2 weeks it was existing.
Yeah, dude. What was that team? The Arizona Jackrabbits or something, or Fire Boys?
The Firefighter Boys, the Arizona Wildfighters. They made a movie about them.
They had sick uniforms.
They had sick uniforms. XFL, Tampa Bay Vipers. Fangs down, baby.
I have that hat somewhere. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's the one thing you'll ever get from Tampa Bay for me. Alrighty. Well, do you have any last words for our viewers today, Matt?
Yeah. If any of the baseball owners end up watching this, I challenge you to single combat. I will just beat the shit out of you. I just want to punch you all as hard as I can. Not in the face, right in the gut.
Right in the kidney.
Just like
I agree.
I'll punch an 80-year-old man right in the stomach if he owns a baseball team.
Jerry, have you ever seen this? I won't give my address out on YouTube, but DM me. I almost did. Go ahead and DM me, and we'll.
Yeah. Also, Jerry, you're getting old, dude. Let's get it together. All right.
Let's sell the team.
100 years. Yeah. Give it to me. That's fine. I'll take care of it.
Just give it. Just give it away.
Give me like a $50,000 salary, and just let me be in charge. Let me be the guy who makes the final decision. That's all I need. I'll live on dollar hot dogs.
I'll just sleep at the stadium. Free rent.
Yeah, done.
Free rent, free parking, dollar dogs at the grocery store. Let's go.
We swear, it's like all good.
You don't even have to pay for the dog, right? You own the team. You don't have to pay for the hot dog, man. You just get the hot dog.
Just get as many hot dogs as I want.
Or we'll get triple of the dogs. And if anybody gets that reference, I'll give you a $5 Starbucks
Triples
card.
is best. Triples
is best. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We're missing baseball, I think, like everybody else is. So,
and we don't like college baseball.
College baseball is cool, I guess, but Tennessee's beating everybody 65,000-0. So, not as fun to watch. Go Sox.
Go Sox. Peace out, Girl Scouts.